Cordial saludo, mi nombre es Carlos Andrés Guisa Arango y les vengo a hablar acerca de la actividad de la semana 7 de Reto 2, acerca de las Niif en inglés. Bueno, voy a empezar. IFRS, Financial Development and Income Inequality and Empirical Study Using Mediation Analysis, que es en las NIF, Desarrollo Financiero y Desigualdad de Ingresos, un estudio empírico que utiliza análisis de mediación. Ok, voy a empezar con la introducción. Ok, por acá, que nos brinda un resumen de lo que se verá. Introduction. Countries have long seen growth of their economy as a vehicle for reducing income inequalities. A country's economy can be dishomogeneized into its real and financial sector. While the sectors are seen as distinct, the development of the financial sector does impact the real sector as it provides financial resources for projects that will impact the availability for goods as well as the level for employment. This regulation of financial resources will result in increased destruction as a financial resource will be changed to projects with better returns and away from others. For this creative destruction to provide the matching benefit to the, I'm sorry, the, for this creative destruction to provide the maximum benefit to a country overall economic development, it's a critical to have an efficient financial infrastructure. The optimal result stem from the efficient reallocation of resources to those projects with the greatest potential return. This regulation will impact income inequality as a certain groups benefit from this new opportunity, while groups in discontinued projects do not. To support the efficient reallocation of financial resources to, to productive investment, investors require access to high quality and country information about this investment. One of the major objectives of high-quality accounting standards, such as the International Financial Reporting Standard between parentheses (IFRS), is to provide investors with such information. While the adoption of IFRS is relatively recent, the purpose of this study to investigate whether there is a direct impact of IFRS on income inequality or whether its impact is mediated by financial development. The development of the financial sector has resulted in gaining greater influence on economic growth. The growth and efficiency of country financial sector are important to direct resources to more productive investment and therefore have a significant impact on the economic overall growth. This reallocation of resources towards the more productive financial sector investment is made more efficient when information concerning the return and rates of investment is made available to possible investors and lenders. There are innumerable avenues for investors and lenders to obtain information about investment opportunity, but there are benefits when firms use broadly accepted formats for their financial disclosure. Firms that want to use the United States financial market must provide financial information using US GAAP. GAAP. Most of their financial market require financial disclosure using IFRS. The use of the asset and standardized formats for financial disclosure certainly benefit investors and lenders as transparency and comparability increase. For example, firms within the European Union experience a lower cost of capital and increase in inequity when IFRS was mandated. The development and structure of financial markets and financial institutions defined as a financial development depend on the use of these abstract formats for information about the definition aspect of firm. This suggests that the adoption of IFS will impact income inequality indirectly through financial intermediaries. However, in addition to this indirect effect, the adoption of IFRS can also impact income inequality directly. The financial information contained in IFRS statement can also be used by stakeholders other than shareholders as they make their decision. For example, when employees bargain for wages and other compensation, they make use of financial information and between parentheses, particularly the financial statement, in decision about the degree to which a firm can support their requirements. Our study, our study addresses a call to investigate how IFRS impact social inequality. In addition, we look to answer Brown's call for research to assess the broader benefits of adopting IFRS. To investigate our research question, we examined the relationship between financial development, IRS, and income inequality during the time period from 1998 to 2018 for 122 events emerging and low-income countries. There are a number of studies that looked at the relationship between financial development and inequality. For example, Nature and Shine 2016. However, to our, to our knowledge, there is no study to investigate the relationship of financial development and accounting standard with income inequality. Therefore, our study stem previous works about financial development and income inequality by additionally considering the impact of IFRS on financial development and income inequality. The studies make three important contributions to the literature. It argued that as such of high quality accounting standard, IFRS primarily served investor interests amongst other stakeholders by contributing to finalization. The finalization of economy results in financial markets, financial institutions, and financial professionals exerting greater influence over economic policy and economic outcomes. Previous studies provide evidence that financial development and financialization contribute to income inequality because the adoption of IFRS affects financial development. It's expected that it may also influence income inequality. Thus, as a first contribution, we examine the effect of IFRS on income inequality. Pure research report mixed results about the impact of financial development on inequality, while some studies find a positive association between financial development and inequality. Others conclude that there is a negative relationship implying that financial development would reduce inequality. Bourguignon 2018, Dimitrov and Rachel 2016, Graph 2003, House and WhatsApp 2016. In light of the argument that IFRS primarily serves the interests of shareholders by increasing financial development, the critical question is whether the effect of IFRS on inequality is mediated by financial development. Therefore, as a second contribution, we will look at the relationship between financial development and income inequality in countries adopting IFRS. Our third contribution examines the relationship of financial development and IFRS with inequality for different groups of countries based, based on their per capita income. Examining that issue is particularly relevant because income inequality is gaining attention in the public politics debate. Growing income and wealth disparity, especially within major advanced economies, have raised concerns about this economy and social consequences. In principle, financial development should enhance growth by improving the efficiency of capital allocation and relaxing borrowing constraints. However, this disregard the issue of which member of society benefit from the growth enabled by financial development, using cross-section and fetches effect generation method of moments. Estimation of our ratios indicate that individually financial development and IFRS adoption significantly decrease income inequality. In addition, we examine a country years of experience using IFRS between in parentheses year signs adopting is a national standard and find a similar decrease in income inequality. Moreover, our research support the view that financial development measures the impact of both measures of IFRS and income inequality. The remainder of the paper is organized as follows. Section 2 provides the literary review of financial development, IFRS, and income inequality as it relates to our research. Question Section 3 describes the data and methodology. In Section 4 report the result of the empirical analysis. In Section 5 offer discussion and conclusion. Okay. Um, uh, this was little introduction de all the PDF. Okay. Un pequeño resumen o la introducción de lo que se lo hará. Entonces, hablamos sobre los Niif de las normas internacionales de la IFRS, Financial Development and Income Inequality and Empirical Studies Medicinal, que son las Niif, que es el desarrollo financiero y desigualdad de ingresos, un estudio empírico que utiliza el análisis de mediación. Acá en una parte hablan que acerca de las Niif, que sería como un lenguaje que quisieran que sea un lenguaje mundial para la contabilidad, para que todos los países tengamos el mismo lenguaje acerca de la contabilidad. Eso sería como un carro sobre ruedas para ir un poco más estable y rapidito para cuando queramos utilizar de dichas normas. Algunos grupos, algunos países nos dicen que están intentando hacer este método para también los grandes inversionistas, ya que como cada país maneja su propia contabilidad, a los inversionistas les va a parecer un poco más engorroso aprenderse cada contabilidad de cada país donde quisieran, digamos, que invertir. Por eso dice que para facilitar la reasignación eficiente de recursos financieros e inversiones productivas a los inversionistas necesitan hacer información contable de alta calidad. Esas serían las Niif, ya que es un lenguaje internacional de la contabilidad, y así ayudar a los inversionistas a hacer sus negocios teniendo en cuenta la contabilidad. Pero no solo para los inversionistas, también con hacer las exportaciones, las importaciones, tener un buen lenguaje entre los países. Bueno, eso sería todo por hoy. Mi nombre es Carlos Guisao. Hasta luego.